Ladies and gentlemen, the siege of Carthage is here. Rome comes knocking on Carthage's walls, wanting to burn Carthage to the ground, loot and raid and pillage all of Carthage. But guys, Carthage is not going to just roll over and let that happen. Opposing them are hardened mercenaries here. As we all know, Carthage did not really have its own standing army. They mostly relied on mercenaries. So guys, what we are looking at here is Carthage ready to fight. And I hope you guys are going to be looking forward to this replay here. So now on the attacking side, we have 3 Roman armies here. As you can see, most of these armies are very good. Lots of Praetorians, lots of gladiators, which I thought was pretty cool. This is an AI battle, so the AI is controlling the attacking and 2 of the defending armies, and I'm controlling one of the defending armies. But, oh man, look at this. Just rows upon rows, but guys, the most deadly of the units are already on their way up. We have Praetorians waiting to go up onto the walls here. 3 towers pushing the right. 3 towers and 2 ladders pushing the center, and 1 tower pushing the left. So this is going to be one heck of a video. If you guys are ready for this, make sure to go down below and hit that like and subscribe button, because this is going to be insane. And the first Praetorians are already on the walls. First auxiliary infantry, is already on the walls. I think I accidentally hit that unit back there. But the first units have breached the walls. We have auxiliary infantry from hitting both flanks here. They are hitting these walls hard, and over here we are starting to see the fire from down below starting to commence. Looks like they have javelins that are being thrown up onto the wall to try to soft side some of these guys here that are sitting here, and it looks to be working a little bit. You are seeing men up here getting cut down by javelins. So, and again, it isn't many men, but at this rate for Carthage, 1 man means a lot here. They are outnumbered, but they are going to continue to fight on. And here we go. We're seeing the first Sacred Band unit push up here. These guys are the absolute goats when it comes to holding for Carthage. These guys are, as you can see here, very heavy spear infantry, and they are ready to fight. But as you may have just heard, the towers have reached the walls, and we are now starting to see Praetorians move over here. We have Hastati here, and gladiators, I believe, here. So 3 units pushing up onto these walls, but there are men ready to meet them. We have mercenary Italian swordsmen along with some mercenary Cretan archers here in the back ready to put down fire. Now over here we are starting to see more men move up. We have Libyan hoplites along with more Cretan archers pushing up. We have some Gale warriors, some Libyan javelin men, Libyan hoplites, Italian swords. So a lot of defense putting up right here at this gate. Over here there's a decent defense going on. The enemies are trying to breach over here with their triarii, but it's not becoming very fruitful. Now one thing that you guys may have seen earlier in this video is over here we have a noble cavalry shock unit that is sitting out here. Remember this unit because these guys play a crucial part in this battle later on. So make sure you remember this unit, because when they come into play, they come into play hard. Now, we're starting to see an issue here. This arrow tower is just eating up these Samnite warriors. So these Samnite warriors are going to push forward to try to retake this tower, so then they are not going to be just constantly shot up. But now the first units have pushed down. We have Praetorian Guard pushing down from on top of the walls, being the first ones to fight down below here in this just mess of men. And up here we have, what is this? So we have a mixture of Hastati and Praetorian Guard, and what else? Some auxiliary infantry, I would assume. Yep. So just a mixture of men up there fighting, and now we're starting to see it. Archers are lined up back here, going to start to put down fire up here on the walls. There it is, the first volley is being let loose up onto these walls, and you can see the damage it is doing already. Now over here you're going to start to see the same thing. These archer units are going to start to open fire too up on the men on the walls here, and the effect is devastating. I mean, you're already seeing the amount of men killed by archer fire up here. So they are getting soft-sided very, very hard right now. And you're also getting some arrow tower support from all the way back here. That is very, very long-range arrow tower support to some of these guys. But yeah, these archers are just putting a hurting on this Praetorian Guard. Oh man, this camera angle. But yeah, this Praetorian Guard is down to 78 men already, and with every volley, they are just getting less and less and less men fighting up here on these walls. But the boys continue to shoot up, continue to pick up kills. I mean, it's just devastating. Absolutely devastating. So let's go back over here, see what's happening over here where the main action's going on. So we have some Sacred Band that pushed up to try to push these guys back off the walls. But the biggest issue is that they breached the gates. As you can see here, the gates are breached. So they are going to be able to freely rush men through. And we have Praetorian Guards sitting here waiting to be rushed through. Waiting for these towers to be neutralized, which I believe they just got neutralized. So then they do not get oil dropped on them. And here they go. Pushing forward through the gate, maybe? Not quite yet. Not quite yet. They're still waiting here, waiting for the order to push through. But the armies are waiting. And guys, if you thought this was a lot of men, Rome hasn't even began to tap into what they have. They have elephants, cavalry on cavalry on cavalry. They have more men sitting back here waiting to breach the walls than Carthage could even dream of having in this fight. And yet Carthage will still continue to hold. Arrow fire is still coming up here. And I mean, look at the amount of men that arrow fire killed. Let's see here. How many kills is this unit at here? 148 kills. Now 152 kills. They're targeting this Praetorian unit, trying to kill it. But they are, for the most part, out of arrows, I believe. So they're going to be done here rather soon. But over here, this unit, I believe, has halted firing. Yes, they halted firing because the angle just wasn't getting very good anymore, because these guys did manage to push them back. Oh, and the first error from the AI ally. Mercenary Cretan archers up here on the walls getting cut down by this auxiliary infantry. Very unfortunate loss there. But these Praetorians, they're starting to get eaten up by this Sacred Band a little bit. They're fighting a combination of Sacred Band, Libyan hoplites, and more Sacred Band. So they are fighting some of the bread and butter right now, and it is not going well for them. They're down to 84 men. I'm sure they have a lot of kills though. Let's see. 330 kills. What? That's not right. That can't be right. 360 kills? Oh my God. These guys are going to hit 400 kills. Wow. All right, so those Praetorians are just booling. They're perfectly fine. But over here, guys, my army is mainly going to be on the main defense here. So we have some mercenary Italian swordsmen back here ready to put up a fight. And here we go. They're throwing javelins, getting javelins thrown back at them. They're going to be going against some Hastati here, but the Hastati are dead. Same with these Praetorians. They're also not doing too hot. But these mercenary Italian swordsmen are going to hold. They're going to hold to the best of their abilities. They also have some archers support here when it comes to melee, because they are out of ammo, picking up 171 kills before they ran out of ammo. So that is very good. Cav still lays silent over here. Have not been used at all yet. But who knows? Who knows when they'll be activated? But Rome has activated their reserves. They are pushing everything into this gateway now. All men are being thrown straight into this gateway. Elephants are being thrown into the gateway. This is it for Rome. If they take this gate, they are going to do a ton of damage. They're putting all of their marbles into this gateway, and yet they are not making enough progress quite yet. Archer fire's now coming up to start to cut down some of these guys up here. We have some spear gladiators fighting some Libyan hoplites in front. So a couple spear units going at it. But And, oh, a little bit of a misdirection there. Cretan archers now being pushed into melee against these gladiators. Hopefully they can get out with minimal casualties. Yep, they actually get out with no casualties. Beautiful. Little bit of a miscommunication there. I believe I told them to push this way, but I think I told them to like push back here, but I think I accidentally clicked over here, and then they started to run this way because that was the shortest path. So I'm telling them now that they just need to get back here for the final defense, because I'm starting to realize, guys, that these front lines are crumbling, and they are crumbling hard. They are crumbling very, very hard. But now we're starting to see some more units push down. A fresh unit of Praetorian Guard. Yikes. A fresh unit of Praetorian Guard are now running through the streets towards the final defense. And these guys are waiting for them. These Italian swordsmen are waiting for them, but they do not have javelins anymore, and that is not going to be good for them when it comes to fighting Praetorians. But they're going to do their best. They're going to do their best to hold, because back here for the final line of defense, we have all the general units, a fresh unit of Cretan archers, and 2 units of Sacred Guard, Sacred Band, Sacred Guard, Sacred something. Sacred Band. Yep, there it is. But guys, up here in this main fight, things are going very well for the Romans. They are pushing as if it is nothing. They have Praetorian Guard mixed with cav, mixed with elephants, mixed with auxiliary infantry, mixed with javelins, mixed with arrows. Like, it is just not looking good at all. And yet they push on. They push on. And over here, the cav is still silent. Not being used quite yet. So they're still sitting over there. But guys, the gateway is starting to be captured over here. The best line of defense for over here to help out is now being captured. I mean, you can see the amount of arrow fire that is getting just poured down into these Praetorian Guards. Oh, man, and these Praetorian Guards are just eating through these mercenaries here. You can hear it. These Praetorian Guards are having no issues pushing through, only losing 2 men. And almost killing this entire unit of mercenary Italians. And guys, this is when it happens. The cav has disappeared from their spot and are now on the move. They are running across the open plains here. And I wonder where they are going. Where could they possibly be going? What could they possibly be doing? Who knows? But over here, it is pretty much over. Rome has breached the front gate in its entirety. Men are now pushing freely in, but there are still a lot of men sitting out here. Looking like they're trying to kill some guys up on the walls, maybe? Yeah, there's Sacred Band up here on the walls, which is keeping a lot of these men here. There's Sacred Band still holding everywhere. Elephants now pushed into the fight. And I mean, they're just doing what elephants do best. I mean, jeez and Pete's. Like, come on. But that unit of archers, I believe, is all the way back here now. Yep, almost fully being pushed all the way back to the final defense. And speaking of the final defense, guys, they have started to set up, because I think they are very quickly realizing that this situation over here has deteriorated to the point of it is going to fall. There is no way that these guys can hold any further, especially with enemy arrow tower support now. And do you hear that? Do you hear the rumbling? Cav taking out the ballista of the Romans now. This heavy shot cav went back here, took out this ballista. Yes, it's a little late, but this ballista has now been silenced. It cannot be used any longer. And this cav is going to continue on their stampede, now turning their eyes to an extremely juicy target right here. We're going to go in slow motion for this charge here. Oh my goodness. Heavy shot cav charging into the backs of light infantry, not even the front of light infantry, into the backs of them. Let's see how many kills they are at right now and how many kills by the time they are done. They're currently at 28 kills, right? So we will see how many kills this cav unit gets by the time they pull back. But here they go. Here they go. The charge in. Destruction utter destruction into the backs of these units here. You can see the men going flying as this cav charge happens. Look at that. The amount of death and just pure disruption that they just caused to the back of these units is plenty enough for them to say that they did something this battle. They did not just sit back. They put up 170 kills in just that charge. Just that charge. And they are also wavering 2 units of javelins now, breaking one of the units. And so now they're going to get out and try to do a cycle charge, as most of the men is inside of the settlement now. And the front line of defense has fallen over here, putting up one heck of a fight. But as you can see, there's almost no dead Romans. Most of it is indeed dead mercenary Italian swordsmen. But the Sacred Band is ready to stand firm, knowing that they are the last line of defense. The Cav is going for another charge, and like psychos, like absolute psychos out here, they're going in for another charge. Heroes of Carthage, charge! Charge, heroes! Beautiful, beautiful charge into this auxiliary Numidian cavalry. Cavalry. Absolutely destroying them. And doing a number to this general unit, I believe. Is that a general unit? That is a general unit. I didn't even know that. Huh. Well, and now they're going to push back out here, guys, with 300 kills. And only losing 3 men. They dropped 300 men right there. That is a disgusting amount. An absolutely disgusting amount. Yes, Rome pushed in here, but they lost a lot of men on the back end of their push-in. They took a little bit too long, and this heavy shot cav was able to do damage to them like crazy. Now up here we have some mercenary Numidian cavalry just waiting for these elephants to kind of get close here. So more noble cav fighting some elephants. But the final defense has started, guys. Sacred Band fighting, squaring off against just straight up Praetorians and Praetorian Guard. That is crazy. That is crazy at this stage that they have that many units left, but Carthage is still going to do their best to hold. These archers are trying to find a good place to set up to shoot. Struggling a little bit to find it. But looks like they have found it. Let's see if they can't set up to start firing. Boom. And it looks like they are shooting back here at these Velites, who are currently throwing at these Sacred Band. And guys, over here, their general is starting to maneuver around with the help of some gladiators and stuff. So archer fire is now coming down in support, trying to cut down one of their generals here. Trying to do their best, and I mean, it is working. It is definitely working. Men are being shot off their horses. And over here, you can start to see the pathway that they're taking to get over here. Archer fire still coming in over here. I keep saying over here a lot, but there's not really anything else to say. I just kind of noticed that. Anyways, it is becoming one heck of a battle. Cavalry against cavalry. Archer fire still coming in and just decimating all this cav. And now they're seeing another general start to charge in. I believe this is another general. Is this just a cav unit? That is just a cav unit. So maybe that wasn't a general earlier at the front gate. Either way, archer fire is now being heavily pushed into that general direction. Yep, and there it is. More volleys being put over here. And you can see the amount of cav now as being decimated by arrows. Oh, it is just a butchering over here of cav. It is just a butchering of cavalry. Look at this. Every single volley is just more cav being absolutely scythed down by arrows. Look at this. Just look at this. It's beautiful. It's exactly what the Carthaginians need. It's what Carthage needs in order to win this. Seeing many of the enemy cav cut down, but their general is starting to lose numbers because 2 generals are in that fight. And one of the things that you guys have not seen is if we do a slow look over here. Praetorian Guard are going around on a long flank. And Carthage does not have the men to cover off their rear. So will they be able to win over here fast enough that they can move men? Because as it stands, guys, this Sacred Band is holding. They are holding and they are putting up a decent amount of kills. Yes, they are fighting Praetorian Guard, but they are holding and putting up kills. And look at this. Look at the amount of cav that they ended up killing. I believe that they got a general in that too. Yeah, they did. They got an enemy general, but at that rate, Carthage's general falls here. Archers doing everything that they can, cutting down those spear gladiators, but that is when the bows start to fall silent. These guys are running out of arrows, and when they start to run out of arrows, that's when things start to go south, because right now Carthage is relying on the blanket of arrows that is flying from these two men to continue to win. These Cretan archers are cutting down these gladiator spearmen very well, but now we're seeing these mercenary Cretan archers try to charge into them. Oh, turning their backs just in time to eat a volley. But yeah, these Cretan archers are doing everything that they can. They are doing everything that they can to try to help support and win this battle. Another general starting to waver over here, losing more men. And now I believe they're down. Rome is down to just one general left. So the morale debuffs are really starting to hit their men as more generals are being cut down. More generals are starting to waver. Arrow fire is still coming in support of their Sacred Band. But Sacred Band numbers are starting to get low, especially over here on the right flank. Fighting these Praetorian Guard is just not doing the job for the Sacred Band. They've only gotten 55 kills and have lost over 70 men. And also with that, the other Praetorian Guard unit has now successfully finished their flank. They may be very tired, but Praetorian Guard has nothing standing in its way. There's nothing standing in the way of this Praetorian Guard, unfortunately. Absolutely nothing stands in the path of that Praetorian Guard. But as you're starting to see, units are starting to waver over here, so maybe a Sacred Band unit might be able to push over if they can continue to do well. Over here, the last of the units are still trying to push through this gate, just finishing off that last unit of Sacred Band over here. But the fight has continued on long enough for Carthage. Their men are putting up one heck of a stout defense. This Sacred Band couldn't be doing any better over here. This unit over here on the left that is not having to fight the Praetorian Guard are doing exactly what they're doing. Or exactly what they need to do in order to win, which is sitting here and just holding. But over on the right, the unit has collapsed. The Praetorian Guard proving to be too much to handle. This Sacred Band unit becomes surrounded by enemies, and they start to fall. And with that, guys, Carthage falls to Rome. But what a battle this was. So if you guys did enjoy this battle and would like to see more like it in the future, of course, let me know in the comment section down below. Hit that like and subscribe button, and of course I will see you all next time. Peace.